Ah! Welcome back to Fire Emblem Three Houses. I did some grinding. We had a lot of supports to watch, too. So Byleth is C rank in everything except heavy armor, which I didn't do because I forgot to, and Pain, but I'm just going to get the C rank with Raphael so I can recruit him. Byleth has also maxed out all of her current classes. Just look at this! Look at this! That's what it took! So, people are over-leveled. Well, the actual Black Eagle house is over-leveled. But we never have to grind again. Oh my god. By force. We also leveled some battalions up. So, I feel like at this point I may as well just make Byleth a flyer.
What a strange feeling.
Specifically for the convenience of opening chests and stuff. Also, I didn't realize at the time, but I do have a flying battalion. Christ, on a bicycle. Well, I guess I did watch a Katakuris video. Why do you ask? So, just take a peek at some of the supports we have available. We have a lot of supports right now. But that's not what we're going to do first. Because I can do these basically any time, I think I do want to knock out the actual quest missions. Also, monster fights suck for grinding. We're going to do the quests here just because I want to actually progress these quest chains. Assuming that the quest battles are quest chains. I don't even have to look at who's... They can't if they take fewer than 4 hits to kill.
Stay focused.
So, like, I don't have to
As you wish.
do these in order to unlock further quests. It's just they're standalone.
My turn.
I do realize, by the way, that I'm using like Hanuman and stuff, and that animations are turned off. I don't care right now. These are level 13 enemies.
Put me in there.
Oh no.
Let's take them out.
I will prevail. That's my cue.
Honestly, I can just have you come up here and heal Caspar, and we're gonna be good for this fight.
Oh, I see now.
Alright, did I reclass you, or do I not have the ability to reclass you yet? Do I just need to... Oh. Yeah, you have dance to allow an ally to move again. Cool. Okay, now I know exactly what the gimmick for Dancer is here. Okay. I just want the renown, let's be real. We're at 31 hours playtime.
My thank you so much.
Like, I am just going to auto this, actually, because I have no reason not to. These are level... These fights are in the teens, and my party is in the mid-20s. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Oh, nice. A+ leadership, authority level 5.
Results.
Getting stronger all the time.
The noble standard. Enlighten.
A lance.
That's my cue.
So, like, I can do that. And then, if I wanted to, I could just come over here and then you dance.
Thank you.
And then he just murders again. Cool. Good to know. I don't think that the game is going to catch up to me in levels. I feel like when I'm doing these longer games, I do need to have, like, B-side games, like Shantae one here.
The ball is tomorrow. I have no worthwhile memories of such events, yet I'm still looking forward to this one.
As am I. In the sense that I look forward to destroying all of the unworthy suitors who will inevitably swarm Lady Edelgard.
Hubert, turn it down a notch.
I will admit, Edelgard is adorable. However, when it comes to elegance on the dance floor, I am superior.
You're not a bad dancer, Ferdy, but you do have some moves that are hard to watch.
You honor me with your kind words. I understand that I am sometimes too dazzling to behold directly. I'm envious of your positive attitude. I also know how to dance, in theory. Maybe I should participate as well.
Not me! You wouldn't catch me dancing at a ball any sooner than you'd catch a fish swimming through the sky.
You've never been into the ruins of La Milana, Bernadetta.
Well, you do tend to flop around like a fish on the land after all.
Why would you say that? Now I feel like a fish on a skillet.
On a skillet. Never mind.
Speaking of the ball, do we get to pick who we dance with? I wonder who I should ask.
A bold subject change. Should Lady Edelgard wish it, I would be honored to.
I will fight with all that I have within me. Fighting? No, that's not really the point. I will not be as a fish upon the flame.
Petra, that's...
Okay.
I have a proposition. Let's all agree to meet back at the monastery exactly 5 years from today.
Like a class reunion? It's a great idea.
5 years from today will be the Millennium Festival for Garrigmach Monastery. I've heard the magnitude of the festivities will exceed all prior years.
Oh, how exciting. Sounds like a great excuse to come visit our dear professor. You will be seeing how much growing I have done. You will be pleased, Professor. This idea is good.
Who knows where each of us will be in 5 years' time, or who we will become. Still, I have faith that all of us will gather and celebrate our reunion.
That's assuming the professor is still here in 5 years, and not enjoying a cozy early retirement.
Even if that's the case, you will come, won't you? Whether or not you're still teaching here. Don't forget, my teacher. Even if the Millennium Festival should be cancelled, I promise to return here.
Oh, it's a normal monastery theme.
I understand. You hardly have the time
It
to
took me a moment.
It must be hard to be the favorite teacher at the ball. Poor professor. So you do think you're the favorite? I might have known. But where is there to run? This place is filled with joyful students looking for a dance.
Whenever I'm alone, I hear God in my head.
Ah, I see. The goddess tower waits for you. Professor, you
showed up? Well, because you're here, of course. You came here because you read the letter I sent you, right? Are you saying this is a coincidence? How disappointing to think you didn't come here specifically to see me. Still, if we're meeting by complete chance, that has a certain appeal too. It's as if destiny brought us together. And tonight is the night of the ball. Lucky me. Oh, that's just when you're looking through me in front of others. When it's just us, I kinda like it. Originally, I wanted to see what you'd do when you read my letter. I just wanted to see if you'd come here like I asked. I had a feeling that you would. Though, I suppose you didn't even read the letter to begin with. I should just be thankful I wasn't left here waiting. All alone. Forever. Do you know it's been almost 9 whole moons since you arrived at Erigmok?
So is it basically the same scenario no matter who?
You must have found a special someone by now, haven't you, Professor? Are you changing the subject? Don't do that. Oh, I bet that means you do have someone, don't you? Don't you worry. I won't pry if you don't want to share. These things are private, after all. Well, I ought to get going. I wouldn't want to be in the way if your special someone shows up.
The letter thing.
I do hope you'll share a dance with me later.
It seems that everyone is having a delightful time. Will you not dance some more? How dull of you. Had I a body of my own? Oh, I would sing and dance until I fell upon the ground. But you? Do as you will. Oh, you're not the only one who feels that way. Look over there. I'm bored beyond compare. Will you not follow her? Oh, come on, hurry up. I know that you are curious to see what she is up to.
Sothis?
I hear someone singing from over there. Song. I feel that I have heard it in the past. Actually, it is not that I have heard it. Did I once sing that song to someone? No. There's more. I wrote this song. Oh, but how could that be so? If that were true, then how could she be singing it? Unless... No. I am suddenly so exhausted. As are you, no doubt? Quickly then, to bed with you.
Mission time.
Thank you so much.
Oh, and quest rewards. Oh, you get renowned for the fight and for the quest. I didn't realize you got to double dip there. Okay. Wyvern Rider, I need more axe, but it's an advanced seal and it's 82% chance. Alright.
A new path to tread.
Edelgard finished Lord. So I guess I go for... I just keep grinding her with Axe for Warrior. Hubert. 68%, not risking. Caspar can go into Warrior, but 30%. Yikes. Wow, I actually got his Brawl higher than his Axe. I might as well keep on with Brawl for now. Bernadetta can take Sniper.
I passed!
Oh, you're still working on Dancer. I think? Yeah. And the others I don't particularly care about. Let's go ahead and get repaired. I mean, I kind of want to get Byleth back on axes. Oh, I honestly figured that she'd learned that skill, but alright. Alright, I think I'm good on repairs. Nothing I really want to mess with for forging. Oh, right. I should sell my bullion. So yeah, that's how much money I have. Let's see. I think I'm gonna throw the Steel Axe Plus onto Byleth. Or two of them at least. Supports now or later? I think I feel like it makes the most sense to do supports on free days. Salvation at the chapel. Things take a turn for the worse as you and Gerald investigate an abandoned chapel in Garreg Mach.
Why, thank you so much.
Captain? Captain! Where are you? Hey, Professor, have you seen your old man? Too bad. I guess it will have to be you, then.
I'm back. Sorry for the delay. My last mission took longer than expected.
Captain, thank goodness you're here. There are reports of demonic beasts near the chapel.
Nonsense. I haven't heard anything about the monastery's walls being breached.
That's why I'm heading there now, to see what's really going on. You'll join as well, won't you?
Of course. We're both sworn to protect this place.
It's odd. Just before they appeared, someone saw a number of students heading toward the chapel.
Huh.
They were apparently acting strange, as though they weren't in their right minds. Shortly after, demonic beasts...
Sounds like Rameyer.
One after another.
The students. There's no way those demonic beasts got in from the outside. But none of that matters right now. We need to act. Go summon your students. Damn it. I wanted to talk to you about something important, but there's no time. There's never any damn time. But this is much more urgent, so it can hold for now. I'll meet you there.
Thanks so much.
Tea party enthusiasts.
Thank you. Sorry to trouble you.
Why, thank you so much.
You guys are ready to rank up. Sure, Ash. And then... I don't know if you even have supports. Okay, so not that it's actually gonna matter here. Demonic Beast, 2 HP bars, 42 HP each. 84 HP, 84 HP, 84 HP. Student, a ballista, just the introduction to them. 1 chest. No apparent chest keys. And I can't move Byleth over for some reason. That's really annoying, actually.
There really are demonic beasts here. They're emerging from the chapel. I'll head that way. The rest of you, protect the students who weren't able to get away.
Help me! These beasts, they're...
Somebody, help me!
You stupid beasts! Don't you dare come over here!
Stay focused.
That's my cue.
Dorothea just can't get there. Alright.
I'm on it.
Ruined Sky. Not worth it.
So obvious.
Alright, crit to take down HP bar number 1.
Put me in there.
Ah, you're right.
Ferdinand von Eyre.
Because even after that, all that, it was interested in the innocent.
I will get the victory.
Let's see, move you into the forest there.
Oh no.
I want you to go into that forest.
I will.
And Edelgard, front line. Linhart supporting. And Hubert ready to murder. As per usual.
Beast. There's a stone or something on its forehead.
Right, I should turn that back on, that off. Yeah, there we go. Alright, Bernadetta can attack this one. And actually crit on the first hit, leading to her not taking retaliation damage. Nice. Byleth can come over here and chest for a healing staff. Okay, so Linhart gets his staff. Even if I missed it the one earlier. Why am I using a mace with Edelgard?
Beasts were actually students. How can this be?
Oh, I can tell you exactly how. They were made to use a legendary weapon. Or whatever they're called. A hero's relic. I don't need to actually worry about using the Lance of Ruin here, so... Tempest Lance.
Thank you. But my friends who couldn't get away, are they okay?
Alright, Sylvain, have you start headed up here there. Birdie, you too. Caspar, I'm gonna have Dorothea come over here and give you a second turn. So you can actually get in on the action here. Potentially. Heal Geralt for the free faith experience. Alright, I'm gonna have to get Byleth involved up there. Geralt, I'd actually really rather you didn't attack, but hey. Actually, since you're doing that... Ooh, an Armor Slayer. Yeah, Petra can get up here and deal with it starting in the next turn. Let's see. Go ahead and give Bernadetta an extra turn to come up here and break. Yeah, that one. Break and confuse. It doesn't stand a chance. Have Byleth up there as a backup, I guess. Oh, you two can actually come up here. And take this guy out.
What's next?
I was so scared. I'll find a way to repay you. I promise.
Why do I have a Discord ping? Oh. Alright. At least the innocents are put onto heal tiles. If absolutely nothing else. So Flame Breath only does, wow. Miss. Okay. And they're on a heal tile anyway, so... Let's go for a Killing Edge. Bane of Monsters. Yeah. 73 crit chance. Yeah. I figured. And let's see. You move up there. You... Actually... Put you there. You dance for Bernadetta. Who can then come in here for another solid hit. And I think this is basically over at this point. Like, yeah, they take 16 damage, but they're on a heal tile. And Gerald actually comes in with a Silver Lance now.
Sorry. That was a close one.
Okay.
You saved me. Thank you.
Received an energy drop. Umbral Steel. Stage complete. Sylvain's motivation is maxed out.
There isn't a trace of evidence to be found in the chapel. This must have something to do with Remire. Perhaps...
Wait!
Huh? Another student? Run along now.
Thanks for all your help, sir. You're just a pathetic old man.
Yeah, he was
How dare you
definitely
ruin my
dying.
Brilliant plan, dog.
Run along now.
Thanks for all your help, sir.
Oh, that's not gonna look good for you, Byleth. Oh.
Huh? What are you doing here?
You must survive, merely because there is still a role that I require you to fulfill.
Hey, Linhart, come over here and cast Physic.
Sorry. It looks like I'm going to have to leave you now.
Like, the game should have made an effort to be like, oh, healers are over tending to something else that they can't come over and help with.
Your tears would be for me.
Otherwise, it's like, why don't we cast Physic? Why don't we use a Vulnerary?
Thank you, kid.
Too cool to live.
So this is where your father lived. Are you still crying? If turning back the hands of time was not enough to save his life, You must accept what came to pass was fate.
See, but like, Manuela uses white magic in the infirmary. So, it's clearly not just a gameplay thing. Like, I'm not one of those people who's like, just use a phoenix down, because there's a difference there. It's a KO status.
Agreed. We cannot let the wicked ones run free. Oh, your father said to look for something here. He must have been referring to whatever is behind that bookcase there. Your father's diary. Huh. His handwriting is prettier than his face would suggest.
Okay, the scale of this room is like an escape room game.
Well, well. These entries here are from before your birth. He seems to have been writing this for quite some time. Read that part there. Horsebow Moon, year 1159.
Day 20 of the Horsebow Moon. All is cloudy. I can't believe she's dead. Lady Rhea said she died during childbirth. But is that the truth? Still, the child she traded her life for doesn't make a sound. Didn't even cry at birth. Day 25 of the Horsebow Moon. It's raining. The baby doesn't laugh or cry. Not ever. Lady Rhea says not to worry about a baby that doesn't cry. It isn't natural. We had a doctor examine the child in secret. He said the pulse is normal, but there's no heartbeat. No heartbeat. Day 2 of the Wyvern Moon. Sunny. I feel I must take the child and leave. But the church is always watching us. I don't know what Lady Rhea has planned. I used to think the world of Lady Rhea. Now I'm terrified of her. Day 8 of the Wyvern Moon. More rain. I used the fire that broke out last night to fake the child's death. Lady Rhea is in a state over the news, but I can't change what I've done. I've got to take the child and leave.
Well now, that baby must be you. That means... Someone is approaching us.
Ah, here you are. To think that that Gerald would meet his end like that. I hope you know that you were the most important thing in the world.
Hey, where were you during that, Alois?
He wasn't the most emotional guy. I'm sure expressing his affection wouldn't have come naturally to him. After what's happened, it's up to me now. I, Alois, swear to protect you in the captain's...
It was only Gerald in there.
Sorry. This isn't the time for my blathering. Lady Rhea is looking for you. I came to tell you that.
Oh good, what does she
I'll take
want?
my leave now.
This book is filled with secrets yet unknown. We must return another time to read the rest.
Or take it.
Oh, but I have at least figured one thing out. I know now why our fates are intertwined.
You want to elaborate on that, Morgana?
Professor, I have been waiting for you. I am filled with grief at the loss of our most celebrated knight. Gerald was an ally of many years, and also a dear friend. He fell in love with one of the nuns here at Garreg-Mach. Their love produced a child, whom she died giving birth to.
Or so you say.
It was her decision. She weighed her own life against that of her child's and, in the end, implored me to save the child. Your father never truly accepted that decision. He took the child, took you, and disappeared without warning. Your mother. She was my...
Sorry for the interruption, Lady Rhea. There's something you must hear
Sister?
immediately. A report from the knights patrolling the area.
Very well. Professor, you are dismissed for the day. Please rest and focus
I
only
assume sister.
on mending your heart. Understood?
Part 1. White Clouds. Guardian Moon. Where the goddess dwells.
I mean, I'm just figuring Sothis here
Long
is
ago, the Guardian
Mom.
Ceres made an appearance during this moon. She had been summoned by the goddess, whose soul was suffering as the flames of war raged across Fodlan. Some believe that high in the sky above Ceros, the Immaculate One's mighty wings are what powered the strong winds carrying the Guardian and her forces into battle.
You're here again. Professor, you've been crying. So, even you cry sometimes. Oh, I suppose that was thoughtless of me to say.
You suppose.
My teacher, you're so blinded by grief that you can't see what's going on right in front of you. Are you waiting for time to heal your wounds? Or have you curled up in a corner and lost the will to carry on? It's not like you to speak to me like that. You know I'd never ask you a question without purpose. Only you can truly understand your own sadness. Others can sympathize, or even empathize, but all anyone else can offer are the tears of an outsider looking in. So I have no intention of crying for you, or of standing still with you. All I can do is promise to reach out my hand when the time comes for me to move forward. The mysterious organization that was carrying out experiments in Ramire Village and the chapel, they're up to something near Garrick Mach. The Archbishop has sent the Knights to undertake a large-scale investigation. No information has surfaced yet, but our enemies will soon be discovered. When they are, will you lead us into battle? Or will you just sit here, with no thought for the future that is fast approaching? My teacher, there is a choice to be made. I hope you make the right one.
My. She really is quite arrogant. She spoke her mind without an ounce of reservation. But she is right. The time has come to stand again. You know already what your answer is.
Oh, thank you. You saved me.
If you were to die, then the mystery of our bodies would be revealed. Preventing that was my only aim. I'm afraid you must remain, Kronya. There is something I need you to do.
Oh, of course. I am always happy to cooperate with Solon. Leave it to me.
How annoying. Flame Emperor, is she offending you? Unfortunately, we cannot take our eyes off her, so there is nothing to be done. You are our greatest creation. We use the defiled beast's blood as the fuel to your flame, that you may burn even the gods. Now is the time to cleanse Fodlan with that power and bring forth our salvation.
There will be no salvation for you and your kind. Those responsible for such gruesome deeds in Dusker and Enmar.
All so that you may acquire the strength you need. All for a purpose.
Did Edelgard ever mention the name of her uncle who kidnapped her? Or... I think that was... Ingrid. Do I have Ingrid? Arendelle, okay. I do not have Ingrid. Bow tournament. Let's see here. Any certs? The use of different music here is very Persona 3-esque. Okay. Break the mood, go to the item shop, buy our limited seals. Alright. Energy drop, increased strength. I think I'll give that to Dorothea, because she does need strength for her sword attacks. And then Linhart can take the healing staff. Increases effective and magic healing. Oh, and I can stow away the knowledge gem now. And now the goddess ring, I'm gonna give to someone who's gonna be on the front line. So also thinking Edelgard. So, of course, we are going to explore. Next week we do the rare monster fight, as well as one of the paralogs. And then the next week we just do the other paralog. Yeah.
If you must weep, then weep. I shall be here for you. Well, it would be ridiculous to not feel anything after something like that. Go on and let it out. I am here.
Owl feather, some tea. Alright, let's get started. Toothed dagger.
You gotta keep yourself active during tough times, Professor. Even if it seems impossible. That's how I got through it when I lost my parents. If you need help with anything, just come and see me. Eating and training are my specialties. Is this for me?
Yeah, I'm just gonna give you some stuff because I don't want to grind frickin' heavy armor. Training?
Is this for me?
Yeah. Owl feathers. Okay, I can.
I'm not even close to being strong enough. I mean, Gerald was so much stronger than me, but even that's enough. I can't dwell on the past. There's no way to know what my future holds, but I do know one thing. Whatever happens, I have to make my own way in this world. I have to keep pushing so I can grow even stronger.
Bernadetta. Yeah, Bernadetta. Recommended 20 or higher. Ha ha ha! I get an extra advanced seal from that.
Am I done yet? Got him! I thought I was dead.
It's a tournament, Bernadetta.
Am I done yet?
Not yet. You've got one more.
I thought I was dead.
Professor, I'm so sorry about what happened to Gerald. No, of course my sorrow is nothing compared to yours. The Knights are even now searching for our enemy's whereabouts. They are to report back the moment they find something. If you desire revenge, Professor, you can count me in.
This feels like an appropriate chapter to recruit everyone.
Maybe. When I heard that Monica was with the enemy, I was surprised by how unsurprised I was. Something was just off about her. It's hard to explain. That said, whenever she had free time, she was always hanging around with Edelgard.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I wonder if Edelgard is also... Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm just being paranoid. Please ignore me.
I definitely also noticed that.
Dark expressions don't suit you, Professor. But well, I'm glad to see you out in the world again. It seems this month will be a quiet one around here. There aren't many knights around to liven things up.
Most of the knights are gone, seeking out the enemy.
Isn't that a bit much? I agree it's important, but is it a good idea to neglect the safety of the monastery?
What do you think, Professor?
Hopefully the knights finish their business and hurry back. I wouldn't mind having a few extra lances around.
Let's see. Felix, I'm just going to be dumping items on as well.
Isn't that join me for some
Oops. Crap. Well, there's next chapter as well. Do I have anything of yours?
I know nothing about
That's not yours. You're a sword user, not a bow user.
That's mine. I know nothing.
Or no, not the hunting dagger. Ceremonial sword. There we go. Whetstone? No, no. That's Catherine or Cassandra or whatever her current name is. Okay, I do have access to his C rank. I wonder if that refreshes being able to ask about recruiting.
Professor?
Once we do it.
Do you think we'll still be able to graduate if dangerous things keep happening around here? Who even knows? I'm worried. I hope that all the students and professors will be there to celebrate at the graduation ceremony.
It seems like you're holding up okay, but I'm worried about Leonie. She really loved Gerald. I hope she can bounce back.
I'll say a prayer for Gerald's soul. There's not much else I can do. Professor? I have a request. It's about your class. Huh? Oh, thank you. I should be more comfortable speaking after I get to know you better.
There's Marianne.
There is no one here who has not heard tales of Gerald's valor. We have suffered a most dear loss. I do not know what the enemy's aim was, but I do know this. After what they have done, we cannot suffer them to live. If there is anything I can do to ensure that justice is brought swiftly, you need only give the word. I have heard good things about you. I believe your talents may be well suited to working with a student of my uniquely high caliber. What do you say? Shall we arrange a transfer? I suppose when I put it that way, how could you possibly decline? We are a natural fit. I expect only the very best from you, Professor.
Lorenz. Raphael's C rank support.
Oh, Professor, are you here to train? You should join me. Training is more important than worrying about me. Legs, back, chest, arms, abs. Gotta work them all, right? I just finished training, and I feel great. Check me out. Are my muscles bulging? Another day of training, and my muscles are ready to burst. Bulging muscles means strength. I have to be strong if I want to be a proper knight. And I have to eat if I want to keep training. Time to feast. Ah, way to hit me where it hurts, Professor. I know I'll be in trouble if I don't train my brain, too. Anyone who can't get tactics can't be a proper knight. It's just, I'm no good at remembering that kind of stuff. And training my brain instead of my body makes me sleepy. What if I start training twice as hard? Then I should only have to study half as much, right? You really think so? I can't let that happen. I guess I have no choice. I'll prove I can do it. Wish me luck, Professor. For my training and for my studies.
I haven't lost a parent yet, so I can't even begin to understand how you must be feeling. But even while you're standing still, the world keeps on moving. I always find that oddly comforting.
Umbral Steel I will buy. I haven't actually needed Mithril, but I'll keep buying it anyway. I assume that's needed for named weapons. He's the only Fire Emblem character with parents. Golden fish. Who do you think you're fooling?
That's how if you need help. Good to see you, Professor. Did you need something from me? I was just on my way to...
Okay. I guess he needed C+, not C. Initially.
Professor, you got... That's how... If you need help...
I will keep an eye out in the shop for anything that seems like it would be for him. Mithril is for holy weapons. Are those things, like... I assume those are forged silver weapons? There's one note. Great love for the sea, but Garreg is just too much distant from it. And it said, water soon. Where's the best place for swimming? Sea to the south? Okay. I thought that she could write, just not speak.
Excuse me. Not just Tomas, but Monica, too. We can't be sure who to trust anymore, can we? Who are these people, really? What do they want?
Oh, Goddess, hear my prayer. Please receive this beloved person. When the cold rain washes the body, when the bird and wolf announce the dawn, receive them into your blue blood. Receive them into a twinkling star. That's a morning scripture from the Church of Saros. Lady Rhea taught it to me. I pray that Geralt is happy in the next world. I don't know who...
Worth a try. Actually, the Book of Fables, I think, is just straight up ashes, right?
Not just we can't. Who are?
No. Right, it was a book about knights that got him reading. Eh.
Hey, you.
That's so.
Excuse me, Professor. How are you holding up? I know how heavily grief weighs upon one's heart. I lost my mother some time ago. It was... Forgive me my moment of weakness. Even all these years later, I cannot recall that time without feeling the pain as if it were brand new. Just know that I am praying for your mind and your heart to find peace.
Snapped writing quill. That's yours, huh?
First Tomas, and now Monica. I do have a theory, though I admit it is nothing more than speculation. Both Tomas and Monica have each gone missing at one time or another. It was reported that when Monica returned from her disappearance, she began to act like a completely different person. As if, perhaps, the real Monica had been killed and replaced by an imposter. Thinking of it like that, it is possible that this Solon had been impersonating Tomas for some time. How they managed such a convincing change of appearance, though, I still do not understand. I'm sorry.
That's probably Flane's then.
Yes, this is mine. Thank you for returning it.
I have something rather uncomfortable to discuss. It's about the weapon that killed Geralt. Will you listen? It was a dagger, but I know enough to know it wasn't an ordinary dagger. It wasn't made of iron or steel because, well, because whatever it was, the wound it left wasn't normal. Who could make a blade like that, do you figure?
Oh, right, it wants me to go into Gerald's room. Encyclopedia of Fodlan's Fish, an encyclopedia dedicated to every type of fish in Fodlan, as well as all of their various habitats. It is the product of a collaboration between countless fishermen and monastery students. Also, why is that singular fishermen? Who compiled a thorough collection of studies regarding the habits of fish, advanced fishing methods, and even recipes. The level of detail is staggering.
Oh, is something hiding just behind that book?
A small leather bag, and inside it a ring.
I have seen it before. Ah, I know. Gerald showed that ring to you beside a grave. Do you recall? He said he wished for you to have that ring one day. That means it's yours. He also said that you should gift that ring to someone special.
You've lost someone very dear to you. I'm so... You have my sympathy. Manuela and I can take on some of your workload this month. We can't do all the teaching, but at least we can lighten the load for you. I've always seen strength in your eyes. I know you'll recover. You're a very strong person.
Lost your father. Now more than ever, do I understand how very lucky I am that you were able to save me. Professor, I deeply appreciate what you have done. Thank you. If there is anything at all I can do in return, please tell me, okay? Oh, that is mine! Thank you so very much.
I've never been much for condolences. How about a little logic instead? The Knights have spread out around Garreg Mach in search of Gerald's murderers. Thus, the monastery's fighting strength is, for the moment at least, depleted. Perhaps that was the enemy's real objective. We should be prepared for further confrontation.
I mean, you're right. But you and Edelgard suck at this.
Really?
Encyclopedia of Fodlan's Plants. An encyclopedia dedicated to every type of plant growing in Fodlan, as well as the various locations where they can be found. The information and detailed recordings within were compiled by the Church, and is considered an unrivaled resource for plants and cultivation techniques. It's honestly a bit intimidating.
Von Ox. There is nothing suspicious in her past that would suggest this change of character.
Wow, you have a
Information
crappy
must have
mic.
something to do with her disappearance last year. Sadly, that is the extent of my knowledge. I wonder who kidnapped her and why.
First Tomas, and now Monica. I am so sorry. The failing was clearly our own. We didn't notice the enemy's invasion. And now Gerald. I apologize. There is nothing I can say to atone for our sins. Professor, please do not let your guard down even among the people of the monastery. There is no way to know where another enemy may be hiding.
I just thought it would be funny to say, honestly. Animated bait. Experienced magic user who loves fishing, huh? Let's see. I'm not at the next rank with Manuela, so... He's operating on a whole different plane.
Wherever did this turn up?
Okay, what is this quest? Cream of the crop. Opponents needed. Do you have what it takes to train with the Imperial Guard? So more free renown, basically.
Excuse me, Professor. May I have a moment of your time? Ah, wonderful. I was hoping you might enlighten me. About yourself, that is. You see, I happen to be quite curious about you. Well, because there is something different about you. You possess an air of mystery I could not help but notice when first we met. I am intrigued, to say the least. I find it rather difficult to put into words. Were I to wax poetic, I would say you remind me of the sea. Have you ever been, Professor? The sea is vast, boundless. On the surface, all seems still. Yet beneath that stillness, it is unfathomably deep. Within, it teems with life. Yet without, one is lucky to glimpse a fleeting shadow. And yet, all one must do is cast a line to grasp hold of all that life. You cannot see it at a glance, but it is there all the same.
So you're saying I look dead?
About fish, of course. Oh, bother. I got sidetracked, didn't I? Right.
You are fishy as fuck, Professor.
During a storm, the once calm waters become mighty enough to overturn even the fastest ships. Not unlike you. You are calm. You carry yourself with poise. Yet you wield great power. My brother was uncertain of you at first. He once referred to you as a youth of dubious origin. Oh, but please do not think ill of him. He is incredibly dedicated to his work. So surely you understand why he would have doubts about one of whom he knows so little. Nobody even seems to know your age. Incidentally, how old are you?
21.
Wait, you do not know your own age? You truly are mysterious. Looking at you...
No, we were born 21 years ago.
I wonder... Could you be younger than your own students? Who? Me? Well, I am roughly the same age as the other youths here.
That was robotic.
Be that as it may, it is simply not the case. Oh, by the way, you should know I had actually been considering enrolling in the academy for a while. I have endured hard times, but I am so grateful that those very experiences led to my acceptance at the academy. Oh, my apologies. I am sure you have much work to do. I will not keep you any longer. We must speak again sometime, if that would be all right. Have a lovely day.
Like, we have... there is a journal entry with our date of birth. Why is the age still question marks? I will be right back. Why is Byleth's age listed as unknown? Oh my god.
Professor, I brought some flowers for Gerald. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Come out for lectures and assignments, don't I?
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Anyway.
Huh. Tiny.
Interesting. I slipped quietly into the vault and rummaged about, looking for anything we might find useful. There is a group of people who want to...
He had no idea how old he was?
But this is no time for asking permission. I learned long ago that one can ask permission or forgiveness. It is rarely useful to request the former. Still, it appears the knights have already taken everything useful. There were crest-related objects I thought might be worth studying, so... There you go again with that stern look. Of course I'll put them back when I'm done, assuming they bear no additional...
Were there always, like, wyvern riders flying around the monastery? And I just never noticed?
A moment, please.
I've sung lyrics lamenting death many times on stage, but when something like this happens in real life, I'm lost. I don't know what to say, but I do know this much. Sir Gerald must have been very proud to have you as his child.
I'm sure you will pull through this, because you're so strong, Professor. Best to stay calm during such tumultuous and upsetting times. We don't know the nature of our enemies. If we underestimate them, anything could happen. Yes, I agree. I don't want to lose you too, Professor. Yes, I'm actually very...
What? Oh my god, do you need C+? I thought you needed C? Ah! I need faith training anyway, so that's not an issue, but come on. I've even done your C... What the... I don't have enough magic. No one is mentioned as needing pluses on the Serenus Forest site. Oh, she actually does need B in faith. God. Oh, she needs C+ with C rank, I think, if I double check the table. Yeah, she needs C+ right now. One more will mean she just needs the C, but I need one more point of magic.
I trained with Gerald just the other day.
This is a Sims 4 for the 3DS moment.
Why? Why did he have to go and die? It's too awful.
He didn't deserve it.
Do you have time for a request?
Well, I need to wait another week anyway, I think.
I'm sure.
Let's see.
What? What? Hey! That! What? What?
Okay. Let's head down through here. Head to the market.
The other night, I had the honor of sharing a drink with Gerald. He was pretty tactless, honestly. He could be blunt at times, but he always looked like such a proud, happy father whenever he spoke of you.
Good hint there, game.
Oh no. Professor, thank you for all you have done for us. Nothing to report today.
Hello there. This one, yes?
She specifically likes sweets, though, so...
This one, yes?
That's for Raphael.
I thank you. Return soon, please.
Hey, welcome. You have a good eye.
For Felix.
A pleasure doing business with you. You have a good eye. A pleasure doing business. You have a good eye. You have a good eye. A pleasure doing business. You have a good eye.
I mean, she likes the doll, so maybe that.
Come again.
Professor, I'm sure you will... For me?
Yes, that was correct.
For me?
Still no.
I'm sure... Thank you. Thank you. I'm sure... Thank you.
I don't know what she likes.
Thank...
Forget it, I've got all these freaking flowers.
Thank...
Okay, here we go. Wait. What? Oh, these two.
Professor, please lend us your ears. Ferdinand is saying impossible things.
I do not see what is impossible about it. All I said was that if you want to go back to Brigid, you probably can. You are the Empire's guest, so to speak. They cannot afford for something bad to happen to you. There would be a diplomatic incident. Someone close to us has turned up dead. So one could argue that you are not safe here anymore.
You were already told. I am learning here, from the Academy. What are you thinking, Professor? I am not returning to home until I have grabbed my goal. I will not be listening to the words of Ferdinand.
No, look, I did not mean to pressure you. Apologies for the misunderstanding.
Professor, I'm so happy to see you. You're finally returning to your old self. To see the light in your eyes again is a gift. It inspires me to carry on as well. As you know, the Knights are searching furiously for any trace of the enemies who escaped. I'll inform you immediately if I learn anything relevant.
How much does it lower the stat requirement by, if any? Oh, it actually does. So I will be good with a C rank, because it lowers the stat rec to 16.
I'm so glad you're okay, Professor. I was so worried.
Oh, Professor, you must be starving. Mercy and I made some sweets for you.
We were thinking that if you were to eat something sweet, it might help you feel better. Baking sweets is my specialty. I'm sure they'll do the trick. Oh, Professor, I have a small request for you. I'd love it if you would add me to your class. I can just tell that studying under you every day would be such a treat. Wow, really? Thank you so much. I'm so happy. I hope to learn a lot from you. I'm so glad you're okay, Professor.
Oh, we were thinking... Huh? I'm not sure.
Oh. Magic. Right.
I'm so... Oh, we were thinking... Thank you so... Thank you... Thank you so...
B rank, for fuck's sake.
I thought I heard someone. Are you here to train? Care to train with me? Waving the sword around alone is boring, and I'm tired of crossing swords with worthless opponents. But you seem like a worthy adversary. I don't know for certain, but you seem skilled. I've always been interested in your technique. You learned from the former captain of the Knights of Seros, and traveled Fodlan fighting as a mercenary. On top of that, you wield a hero's relic, the legendary Sword of the Creator. Good sparring partners like you don't grow on trees. But know that I will beat you, and I will surpass your strength. Why? I never really thought about that. I learned to thrust a sword before I learned to write my name. Of course, my upbringing wasn't unique. That's how it is for all children in my country. You're no use if you can't swing a sword, however mighty your crest may be. It was the perfect environment for me. I could live free of stodgy values and virtues. Grow strong so you may live, and live to grow stronger. That's what I was taught. Now I'm intrigued by your fighting style, and by who you really are. But that's enough idle chatter. Take out your sword. My mind is emptied of all but the thrill of the challenge.
Captain Gerald's gone. He's gone. And we'd only just reunited. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sure this is even harder on you. But I just can't... I can't believe...
It is a shame what happened to Gerald. I am sorry. There are no words. Leave some flowers on his grave for me.
An Alel pomegranate, +1 dex.
Hello there.
Hi there.
I'm so sorry. I never quite know what to say at times like these. Just don't push yourself too hard too soon. It's okay to allow yourself to be sad right now. Losing someone dear to you. Well, each loss is unique, but it's a feeling I know very well. That said, Professor, Good timing, Professor. There's actually something I want to speak with you about. Will you put me in your class too? There are so many things I want to learn from you. Being in another class makes it especially challenging. Thank you, Professor. I look forward to studying under you. I will be extra diligent with my studies. Thank you for this opportunity.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Professor, thank you for helping me with my training. I'd love to do this again if possible. Your advice is always so useful. Everyone thinks you're a wonderful teacher. You account for people's weaknesses while capitalizing on their strengths. Initially, I wasn't sure you paid too much attention to your students. Clearly, I was wrong. After all, were that the case, you wouldn't be capable of providing such useful feedback. I'll continue to learn and grow from your instruction, Professor. I just know it. You think I'm determined? Professor, thank you. You're the only one who's ever praised me like that. I mean, people are always telling me I've got a knack for magic. If you can call the power of my crests a knack, they aren't wrong per se. Though bearing 2 crests isn't a gift I ever asked for. Anyhow, I've made a point to work harder than most, and not rely too heavily on the power they bestow. So I find it frustrating that the only praise I seem to receive is directly related to that power. If you've noticed how hard I work, then well, it makes me very happy. Well, you see, it is because I am the only child of House Ordelia. I must do all I can for my family name. I'm determined to someday be of real value to them. And that day must come soon. I can't waste any time. I don't have much of it left. Anyway, I should be going. Thank you again for your help.
Do I get another attempt?
That's how if you need help.
No, not until next week. Okay. So with my AP... I want to get Faith up.
Excuse me. Professor, I know. Forgive me. Just know that.
Oh, budding talent. This unit now excels in the Faith skill. White magic avoid plus 20.
Professor.
Manuela and choir.
Right. I wonder
Dang it. Let's see. Annette and oh, you're right, I didn't. I guess Lysithea? Mainly for the
Singing
support
is so
points.
Much fun. Singing with others is a nice change of pace. Usually I do it when I'm alone.
I'm literally one training away from... Okay. Oh. Support here, and then we have a bunch banked.
Professor?
Manuela.
Professor, a pleasure to see you. I've never been very good at praying. I was here to confess my foolishness. While I'm at it, may I confess something to you too? I realize what a burden I've been. On you, I mean. After every breakup, I neglect my work. And I know how that affects you. I'm completely worthless as a woman. Can you imagine how that feels? I'm going to be single for the rest of my life. I just know it. You think so too, don't you? Really? So maybe there's still hope for me. Who am I kidding? I've known for years how hopeless I am. What's wrong with me? It's not my looks. I'm still gorgeous. Or am I? Be honest, do I look old? No, not possible. I'm the songstress who swept the Empire off its feet. Men profess their love for me hourly. It can't be my looks.
Why do I keep getting Discord pings? And there's one that just isn't being located on mobile.
I knew I was right. I'd be in real trouble if I weren't this beautiful. Oh no. If the problem isn't my looks, and they are not the problem, then it must be... what? My personality?
I like the side eye.
Tell a lie when she hears one. You think there's a problem, don't you? I suppose I can be a bit unkempt. I do have a short temper, and I may be a little lazy sometimes. But I've always heard fellas, you know, like a woman with a few flaws. Seems to me there are plenty of flawed girls who have landed themselves a good man. So maybe my trouble is I'm not imperfect enough.
Hang on.
Use a few more flaws? Why? Do you think I'm flawed enough already?
Alright, like you said, we've still got Ignatz. We've still got 3 AP, though. I'm not used to having spare AP.
I'm scared. I feel that I don't understand the world. How could something like that happen to Gerald? He was so strong. You're inspiring, Professor. I'll do my best.
That looks appetizing.
This is delicious! My absolute favorite!
Should also do cooking with... Oh, cooking doesn't raise motivation. It's weird. Who is it I still need? Felix, Annette, Raphael, and Lysithia.
Cooking is easy. Not... I see.
I just don't want to take any chances, you know? Yeah, might as well.
Ooh, eating delicious.
And it was worth a try. Okay, so let's go through supports. Edelgard and Linhart B rank.
Linhart, at least try to do some training. Use a staff, or a rod, or a broom, for all I care.
My apologies, but I cannot train right now. I have plans for later and don't wish to tire myself. Caspar invited me to train with him, you see.
You slept through the whole debate, didn't you? Fine. I'll summarize it for you.
Not the whole debate. I closed my eyes only after I knew what reading would cover the topic.
There you are. Don't tell me you were sneaking out to do some training.
Of course not. I was sneaking out to avoid you. How did you find me this time?
A mere coincidence. Why would you wish to hide from me?
Because you're an awful nuisance? Why do you pester me so?
To ensure that your talent is not wasted due to your lack of...
It's none of your business how I spend my time or how I use my talent. Have you assumed the role of my mother? You overplay the part. She was only half as overbearing.
What is the matter with you? As house leader, I'm trying to prevent you from causing trouble for yourself and our classmates.
Fine, I'll try harder. Really. I'm sure you see all this as my interfering with your duty as a leader. Have you considered how it feels for those of us who serve below you? You are a serious pain, you know.
How so?
You're like a mother who insists on accompanying her son to his own knighting ceremony.
That's taking it a bit far, don't you think?
No, I'd say that it's putting it lightly. All you're interfering is greatly hindering my research.
I see. Very well. You've made your perspective perfectly clear.
Edelgard and Dorothea, B rank.
You're in high spirits today, Dorothea.
Yes, I have met someone quite charming recently. I'm hoping we can spend more time together soon.
Well, I wish you the best of luck. I wish I had some advice to offer. Alas, I do not.
Don't worry too much about it, Adie. I'd guess romance isn't really something you're interested in anyway.
I'm not completely disinterested.
Oh yeah? Is there someone you have your eye on?
To be honest, there's nothing resembling romance in my life at present. It's not that I'm disinterested. I'm simply too busy with other endeavors. I have no time to spare for such things.
That's not surprising. You're not just any old noble after all. Anyone who has feelings for you, well, they're in for a pretty complicated life.
True. And I can't ignore the possibility that I may have to marry for political purposes. I doubt I'll ever have the opportunity for a passionate romance as long as I live.
That's no way to talk. You meet the right person and boom, your passion just spare. Could be someone you've just met or someone you've known your whole life. There's no telling how life will go. Something could even spark between the two of us.
You and I. Now that is an entertaining thought. If such an exciting future is in store, I look forward to it.
Oh yeah? That's awfully sweet of you, Adie.
And Hanneman, C rank.
What is on my agenda for this afternoon?
Professor Hanneman, may I have a moment of your time?
Ah, it's you. Very well. I am quite busy, but if you are here to discuss my crest research, I would be happy to oblige.
I'll pass on that offer. I'm just hoping you'll explain something to me.
Oh, I doubt if I have anything of particular interest to share.
Why did you abandon your noble standing in the Empire? And don't say it was for your crest research. There are institutes for that within the Empire. You could easily have remained a noble and still been able to visit Garrick Monk, or request the cooperation of the Church.
Certainly that was an option, but I desired a better research environment. Treasures and holy artifacts reside here that cannot be examined by someone outside the Church. I required access to those things, no matter the cost.
But surely your noble status would have allowed you greater funding and resources. Even secrets of the Kingdom and the Alliance would have been easier to obtain as a noble of the Empire.
What you say is true. I cannot deny that. Both paths have advantages and disadvantages.
I see you're unwilling to be forthcoming on that topic.
I don't know what you mean.
I've heard that you used to enthusiastically research crests for the Empire. You abandoned the Empire, yet retained your focus on crest research. I just wanted to know why.
I feel your suspicions of me are unwarranted. I haven't the time now, but perhaps I will tell you more if the opportunity arises.
Hubert and Linhart, rank B.
I can't believe it. How can I show my face to Lady Edelgard after this?
That's what you get, Hubert. If you rested like me, you wouldn't collapse from exhaustion.
As much as it pains me to say it, you're right. But to be looked after by you of all people, that might be the worst part of this. I don't know how to feel, to be honest. So for now, let's pretend I thanked you.
Oh, come now. Even I wouldn't abandon someone who collapsed.
You would have in a heartbeat if anyone else had been around.
Ah, yes. Quite accurate, Hubert. Why would I ever bother to be a decent person if there were anyone else I could foist the duty upon? If your situation turned bad, it would have been an absolute hassle. I could never just leave you there.
If that were the sort of man you truly were, we could never be friends.
But if we weren't friends, I probably would have just left you.
Shame you're so reluctant to do any real work. You're actually pretty good at this. Made sure I was comfortable, checked carefully for injuries, even carried me here yourself. If only you'd apply that knowledge of yours so proactively and thoroughly all the time, you'd be a tremendous asset to the Empire.
There you go again. I see no problem with staying just the way I am. But think of it this way. In an anthill, 20% of the ants are asleep at any given time. And it's not because they're lazy. Far from it. When the working ants become tired, they go to sleep and the others wake up. That's me. I'm the ant who rests so I can work later when other people are tired.
Maybe that's true. But even if it is, it's still just a fancy way to say you let others do all the work. Consider me unconvinced.
I'll consider you a bottom and leave it at that. You and Edelgard work far too hard. I mean it. Take a break now and then. If you both collapsed, I think it'd be too much effort for me to bother with. Get some rest, Hubert. Not as much as me, of course.
Fine.
Hubert and Caspar, B rank.
You were rather quiet in the last battle, Caspar. Not a single war cry to be heard. It was almost as if you weren't even there.
I did it just for you, Hubert. Isn't that what you wanted? Weren't you the one who said my shouting would cause problems?
Yes, I was. And at the time, you seemed intent on ignoring my advice.
Well, that was then. Recently, my behavior caused trouble, just like you said it would. I was shouting the other day and some enemies heard. I pretty much gave our position away and left us open to attack. I mean, it turned out fine in the end, but someone could have died if things had played out differently. Anyway, I did some self-reflecting and realized that I probably shouldn't shout so much. A decision that I'm proud to say I came to all on my own.
All on your own. It was a bad decision. Being too quiet on the battlefield is extremely dangerous.
I'm sorry, what? That's the exact opposite of what you said before.
Having seen you fight in silence, I have no choice but to accept the truth that your shouting is vital.
What in the world are you talking about?
We've all grown used to the way you fight. Your battle cries help morale. And your instructions rise above the din of battle. I would go so far as to say that the soldiers under your command would be lost without the guidance of your booming voice.
I really don't get you, Hubert.
You inspire people. The benefits of your shouting outweigh the risks. Something wrong?
If you want me to shout, then I'm gonna shout! I'm not even gonna think about it! I knew you'd come around!
Don't get too excited. We'll be ambushed again.
Then I guess I'm gonna have to fight some guys while shouting!
That might have been the wrong approach. Oh well. No cure for stupidity. I suppose I'll just have to rein him in myself.
Hubert is very good, as is Caspar. Hubert and Hanneman.
Hubert, my boy, it's rather rare for the two of us to see one another with no one else around, isn't it?
Yes, I believe it is.
I was good friends with your father, you know. Perhaps this is fate, eh? Of course, when I left the Empire, I broke off my friendship with And, well, everyone else.
You were right to sever ties with such a miserable piece of filth.
Sharp words, Hubert. Contemptible though your father may be, he is still your father.
So?
Don't overcomplicate it. I will not forgive him. Ever. Contemptible is just the right word for the wretch. Do you truly know what kind of man my father is?
I assume you're talking about the insurrection of the Seven. At the time, I was already at Garrick Mach. I know nothing more than hearsay. That said, I found it hard to believe that Lord Vestra would challenge the Emperor like that.
Yet that's exactly what he did. Since the dawn of the Adrestian Empire, House Vestra has served House Resvelg as the Emperor's right hand. My father spat on a legacy of loyalty and devotion that had lasted 1100 years. He conspired with the ministers to usurp power from the Emperor and Lady Edelgard.
In your father's defense, the Emperor was attempting to take power from the Seven Houses. The Emperor's reform was an attempt to concentrate power in the hands of the throne. The nobles put a stop to that. Emperor Ionius lost the ensuing power struggle.
Now it is the nobles' turn to suffer defeat. Lady Edelgard will be Emperor.
You hope she can cease this never-ending conflict? That's quite a goal, Hubert.
Ferdinand and Linhart, rank B. I told you, I did a lot of grinding.
You are? Observant as ever, Ferdinand. What can I help you with?
You have been utilizing clever tricks to give me the slip. But not today. Prepare yourself. A noble cannot escape from his duty. Hold these words in your heart.
It seems you really mean it this time. I suppose I have no choice but to outmatch you.
Finally, a little enthusiasm. You are bravely stepping upon the path of nobility. Let us begin!
Come now, Ferdinand. Don't be foolish. I can't possibly train with you. I have places to be.
Wait! I will not allow you to get away!
I can't run anymore.
Just admit defeat.
Can't we? Just a minute. Ferdinand, let me catch my breath.
Well, maybe just for a moment. I could use a rest myself. I am surprised you could run so far. I had assumed that all that lounging around would have dulled your constitution. But I had a difficult time keeping up.
The fear of having to exert myself really helped. You're none too slow yourself. It's been a while since I ran like that.
It actually feels pretty good. It does it not? Well, how about we say that thrilling chase was your training for the day? If you will excuse me, I am going to run even more, so I can catch you next time.
After all the running you already did? That's our Ferdinand. You always give everything your all, don't you?
And what is wrong with that?
Nothing whatsoever, Ferdinand. I mean that.
Ferdinand and Caspar, rank B.
Caspar, I have been waiting.
Ferdinand, waiting for what?
I am going to give you a lesson on the righteous path of the noble.
Righteous path? What? You have a problem with my path now? You think you're more righteous than me?
That remains to be seen. I heard you stopped a robbery in town the other day. Some despicable thief who was robbing an elderly shopkeeper. Rumor has it you didn't wreak as much havoc as usual.
Hey now, I think you're underestimating me here. When the thief showed up, the old shopkeeper was so scared that he could barely stand. I didn't want the guy to pass out, so I had to stay calm while handling the situation. Rather than fighting, I gave my own money to the thief and told him to get out of there. Or else.
How, magnanimous of you.
The thief fell for it and left the shop. That's when I chased him down. I got my money back and gave that thief a good beating. He won't be back here anytime soon.
Ah, so you walloped the scoundrel. That does sound like you. I am finding this story more plausible. Nevertheless, I think...
Hold on. Now it's your turn. I heard a very interesting story about you recently.
My turn, eh? Let's hear this story then.
The way I heard it, you punched a foreign soldier right in the middle of town.
Stop. I know what you are getting at. But you have the wrong idea.
Let's hear your version then.
I had been browsing for weapons at a rundown stall. Suddenly, a man seized the stall's owner and started dragging him away. Someone with a less generous spirit might say the peddler had it coming. His wares were quite inferior after all. But without a moment's hesitation, I leapt to his aid and soundly defeated the goon.
Well done. Sounds exciting.
It was nothing, really. Anyway, the old shopkeeper let me in on the details. He said that he was a novice trader, tricked by a noble into selling low-quality goods. That ruse was about to come to light, so the noble had sent a mercenary to keep the shopkeeper silent.
So that's what really happened. I just heard you snapped and attacked some noble servant. I figured it was worth asking about.
Well, I won't deny it. I forgot my rank for a moment and let my instincts take over.
Is there something wrong with that? It sounds a little like something I would do.
And your, gentle approach to handling that robbery. That sounds like something I might do. You were not overcome by your impulses. You kept a cool head, for the most part.
I think we're starting to rub off on each other. Always looking for a way to defend justice and to lift each other up.
Partners in justice, eh? Well now, that I can agree to.
And Ferdinand and Dorothea rank B.
Ah, you have arrived at just the right time. Care for one of these handmade treats?
My goodness, Ferdy. When did you become such a talented confectioner?
Oh, Dorothea, I am hardly an expert.
Nevertheless, you have managed to make some tasty-looking treats.
Well, it is the first time I have tried my hand at it. Honestly, there were several unsuccessful attempts preceding this batch. I made these pastries to solve that riddle you gave me. The reason you despise me.
Oh?
You said I was like a bee. The bee is a dutiful worker, just as I am. But the bee inherits a capacious home, with a wealth of honey. Similarly, I inherited my fortune. I did not receive it as a reward for my labor. I surmised that perhaps you'd feel differently about me if I earned something all on my own. That was my plan. To emulate your transformation from desperate pauper to successful songstress.
All on your own? Did you renounce your nobility? Give away your riches?
No, I made these. I obtained all the ingredients on my own, without anyone's help.
You mean, you got the sugar and the flour?
Yes. To earn the flour, I worked in the fields. To earn the sugar, I carried a merchant's wares.
Who did the cooking? You?
Naturally. I took on some extra chores in exchange for use of the kitchen at night.
I have to admit, that's impressive. Hey, it looks like you had a bit of an accident. Is your hand okay?
I burned myself a little while I was baking.
How can you tell he's wearing gloves?
Nonsense. That burn will scar you, know. Come on, let's get you to the infirmary.
Wait, Dorothea! You have yet to try my treats.
You should be fine now, Ferdy. Big shot nobles have to treat their bodies with care just like the rest of us.
There you go again. Noble this, noble that. Though you did say it with less disdain than usual.
Nothing gets past you. As it were, I may have reconsidered you a little.
You have reconsidered me? Finally! Just as I had hoped, we are becoming friends. Now then, I propose that we...
I only said I reconsidered a little. And you still haven't figured out why I said you're like a bee. Which is funny, because you look like a bee right now. Bye!
So, I am still a bee. A completely mystified bee.
Linhart and Bernadetta.
A little more crimson, maybe?
May I suggest vermilion instead?
Vermilion? I know, I see it. You don't have to say it. I've got no talent at all.
I said nothing about your talent. I simply suggested vermilion over crimson. Do you know vermilion? It's just a softer shade of crimson. I believe it would... Oh, forget it. This is your artistic vision and I am but a meddler. I am going to read my book and leave you to your art.
No, it's fine. Say what you want to say. It's Good advice. I'll use Vermilion. Thank you.
Well, I'd best be heading back.
Phew! Finally done! I think.
All finished?
Please, don't look at it!
Everything looks a bit faded, doesn't it? Ironically, crimson may have been a better choice after all. The sense of distance on the petals is a little strange. Perhaps you should pay closer attention to such details as you paint. A preliminary sketch would do wonders. Still, forget my pedantic comments. You really do have potential. Bernadetta?
Idiot! Hopeless! Wasting charm, just burn the whole thing, Bernie! Break your stupid brushes and never paint again!
Huh. Perhaps I should have kept my thoughts to myself.
Linhart and Dorothea B-.
How did you know Dorothea was an orphan?
I hear she buttered up some noble and he enrolled her in the academy.
Does someone like that even belong here?
I suggest ignoring them.
Lynn, don't scare me like that.
You seem less scared than surprised, but that's quibbling, I suppose. As for those two gossips, unimportant. I suggest forgetting all about them and their petty words. Join me for a meal. I've been the target of a lot of gossip, and eating generally makes me feel better.
Don't pretend we're the same. If I could brush it off so easily, I would.
It doesn't seem particularly difficult. Where's the problem? Is this about your pride?
No, not even a little bit.
What then?
Lynn, please just go away. I want to be alone right now.
That's fine. But your life is your own business. It's not something that can be affected by the petty words of a stranger. Sorry. I kept talking, didn't I? I'll stop now.
Please do.
Linhart and Hanneman, C rank.
Ah, Linhart. Reading as studiously as ever, I see. Anything to do with crests?
Hello, Professor Hanneman. Actually, this book's about fishing.
I didn't realize you were interested in fishing. What an unexpected discovery. I had heard that you were only interested in crests, to the exclusion of all else. As it were, I had rather thought I could train you as my successor, should we get to know one another better.
I'm sorry to betray your expectations. Truth be told, I've been thinking of giving up on my crest research.
What? Whatever for? Don't tell me you believe fishing to be a more worthwhile pursuit.
No, it's nothing to do with fishing. I adore the subject of crests, but to study them, you have to consult the people who bear them, right? I just don't have the energy for that.
It is an unavoidable, but the satisfaction of making a real breakthrough is second to none.
I'm sure the satisfaction of catching a fish is pretty great too.
Consider this, child. Luring fish from the depths pales in comparison to untangling the mysteries of a quest. Why? It all comes down to purpose. Purpose, I say.
Calm down. I get it. Really.
Evidently, you do not. You must have something to work toward in life. The ultimate goal of fishing is to eat the fish. The goal of solving the mysteries of crests is... well, you must find that for yourself. What do you hope to uncover once everything is finally explained? What motivates you to keep digging deeper?
I had never thought about it like that. Perhaps if I did have a goal, I might share your enthusiasm on the subject.
Caspar and Bernadetta, rank B.
Hi.
Well, if it isn't Bernadetta, what brings you here?
Am I bothering you? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I'll come back another time.
Well, don't leave yet, you just got here. Was there something you wanted to talk about?
Yes. Do you remember that time in town?
In town? Oh, you mean when all those thieves showed up? Whew, that was rough. I heard a bunch of people got robbed.
No, not that. I mean the time I was carried off.
Some thieves tried to carry you off? Horrible. Absolutely horrible. Just tell me which way they went. I'm gonna...
That's not what I mean. Oh, just forget it.
Wait, don't go. What are you trying to ask me?
Will you really listen this time?
Of course. Sorry. You have my full attention.
Do you remember when you carried me to that spot with a really pretty view? Where is that place? I've been looking all over.
The place I took you with the view. Oh, right. Okay, first you go out of the monastery, and actually it's kind of tricky to explain. Come on, I'll just take you there again, but pay attention this time.
Wait, what are you doing?
You don't have to carry her this time.
Stop, let me down!
Caspar and Petra rank B.
Caspar, that equipment is new. It is suiting. It suits you.
Oh, right. Thanks.
You get more strength each day. I do not want to be falling behind.
I'm impressed with how much stronger you've gotten too. More than I had.
No, Caspar, you are impressing to me. I want to be training with you.
Just hold on, Petra.
What is wrong?
It's your attitude. How can you act so casual around me? My father killed your father. You shouldn't be able to stand the sight of me. You actually hate me, right? That's fine. I can take it. I completely understand. Just be honest. Give it to me straight. If our roles were reversed, I don't think I'd be able to forgive you. I don't understand how you could...
You are not the one who did the killing, Caspar. Our parents had conflict, but we are not them. I have no worry about it. You should not either.
I don't need to worry? Impossible! I don't think I'll ever be...
You must. If not, the conflict will keep carrying on. If children cannot forgive, it will not ever have an ending. Is that what you are wanting?
Well, of course not.
Please, give it some thinking. I will be leaving now.
Bernadetta and Dorothea rank B.
Hello, Bern. Oh no, what did I do this time? Did I offend you? Is this your revenge? No, not at all. I just want to talk. If you promise not to resort to violence, I'll do whatever you want. Bern, I've just been worried about you, that's all. When I said I was your friend, you ran away, saying something about your father. Remember? Vaguely? I know you've lived through some bad times. If you could tell me about it, maybe I could help? Oh, I don't know. Please. Your father's not here now. Whatever it is, you're safe to tell me. All right. My parents told me never to befriend a commoner. They said commoners are scum, and that they'd crush any that tried to come near me. Hang on, scum? They called me... commoners. They called us scum? Yeah. But once, a long time ago, I did secretly make friends with one. A boy. When my father found out about him, he disappeared there. I heard he was found beaten half to death. I never saw him again. Since then, I've been terrified of making friends with anyone. Commoners especially. I never knew that kind of thing really happened. You hear stories, sure, but... Oh, Bern, I'm so sorry. I'm proud to be your commoner friend. Dorothea! Hey now, relax. There's nothing to bawl about. If your dad tried to beat me up, I'd return the favor and then some. Return the favor? When I was in the opera, you better believe I had run-ins with the most wicked, terrible men. I survived kidnappings, attempted murders, all kinds of stuff. But you know what?
I broke those guys' arms. Snap! It was a thank you for all the trouble they went through trying to hurt me.
You were incredible, Dorothea.
So, now that you know I can defend myself, can we be friends, Bern?
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
And lastly, Petra and Shamir, who I forgot I actually did any support stuff with.
You are training away from the ground of training.
Ah, Petra. Well, it looks like it might rain.
I have understanding. Rain training can cause unhealthiness. Can I give you a question now?
Sure.
You come from Dagda, I think. Why are you working at the monastery?
You can tell I'm from Dagda? Oh, I suppose Bridget is our neighbor. As for why I work here, that's simple. I work to live. Rhea took me in when I had nowhere else to go. I'm here to repay my debt. I don't plan to return to Dagda anytime soon.
But Fodlan is an enemy for you, right? Are you feeling okay about that?
The only ones I've fought in person are the Imperial Army. I carry no ill will toward anyone else.
I have gratitude for your answering. You have given me understanding.
How about you? Do you hate them? The Empire is your father's enemy, no? And it's Dagda's fault that Bridget got pulled into the war at all. So, do you hate Dagda? Or do you see that as none of your concern?
The fault is not of Dagda. My father made his own choice to be joining the war. I cannot say I have no hatred for the Empire, but I do not have any for Edelgard. When I came here, she was always helping me.
Makes sense. You can hate a country without hating its people.
You speak with such honesty. It is very amazing.
I'm not that special. I just don't let emotions get in my way.
Oh, Annette and Lysithea, even though they're not even in the class.
Hi, Lysithea. When are you gonna teach me magic? Is now good? Why do I have to? Why? Because you're way better at it than me, silly. Is that so? I thought you were something of an honor student at the School of Sorcery. Well, sure, but I wouldn't say I've got any kind of natural talent for it. I'm gonna have to try very hard to become as good of a mage as you are. What is that supposed to mean? Are you implying that I don't work hard too? If you think my skills are inherent, you are sorely mistaken. No, I wasn't saying that at all. Everyone knows how hard you work. I just meant that if I want to be as good as you, I'll have to work really incredibly hard. And what is it you want to learn about? Oh, so you'll teach me? Thank you so much. Actually... Oh, I get it now. I never thought about it that way before. Look at how quickly you're picking this up. You're clearly very skilled already. Don't be silly. You're just that good of a teacher. Your way of looking at the world is so fundamentally different from mine. Do you insist on taking the conversation in that direction? Oh no, I'm sorry. I wasn't doing that. There I go, saying the wrong thing again.
Here I go killing again.
Fine. Let's just drop it. A bit more self-confidence would go a long way for you, Annette. Huh? That's all I've got for you today. I need to get going now. Lots to do. Oh, I'm so sorry to take up your time. Thanks again for teaching me.
Alright, and that's all currently available supports. Did farming, not bothering with fishing. I guess I'll go ahead and double check the statues, see if I can get anything that I care about.
Need something?
Extra faith while training. Yeah.
This one?
You're all set. See you again soon.
And yeah, that's everything I care about. So, wow, no one has any motivation. Sylvain? Why do you have axes? Oh, right, I'm training you in reason because you're not getting any reason right now.
Alright. Hey, Hey.
Like, from normal fighting. B+, reason level 4.
Good.
I guess keep working on your faith for New Game Plus cycles.
Let's do this again sometime, Professor. Let's do this again.
Faith rank A, warp.
You're so good at...
Playing in lances, I guess. Well, actually,
No need to just continue with the praises.
I should be doing reason
I have done it!
for the stars.
I have done it!
Ash with oh, I guess.
That's a relief. So
The
this
prowess 4. I guess just go down the list. So Mercedes. Work on your
I'm getting somewhere.
budding talent. Ingrid, you don't have one. Lorenz, you don't have one. Marianne, you have lances.
I'm so sorry.
Out of AP.
There's something I'd like you to tell me.
I enjoy a good ghost story, but I've never seen a ghost in real life. I'd love to have that experience for myself, even just once.
Are you sure?
Professor.
Alright, Marianne.
I ask for guidance. Professor, I suppose you came by to pray too? I see. That's why I'm here too. Oh, nothing specific. I only call upon the goddess to give thanks. Or perhaps to ask for protection. Anyhow, I should be on my way. Okay. I'm sorry. I don't really know what to say. I'm not very good at talking to people. The truth is, I didn't interact with people too often before I came here. Oh, no particular reason. I'm simply not very good at it. That's just how I am.
Is that a headband, or does she just braid her hair in a weird way?
Thank you. I'm sorry. You shouldn't waste your time worrying about me. Please, just ignore me. I, have to be going now. Goodbye, Professor.
Lysithia randomly wants to join. All right.
Yes? Can I help you? I bet you've come to invite me to your class. What with my stupendous grades and all, I would actually enjoy being in your class. Quite a lot. This was a successful interaction, I must say. Please provide me with all the most challenging assignments. I want to be well equipped for the future.
This should be...
It's... Look, Professor!
Perhaps I've been well taught.
Dark Spikes Tea.
One step before the next step.
Finesse Blade.
Getting the hang of it?
Dexterity 4. Why are you still learning swords? Humor is also at D+ writing. Bernadetta is at B rank writing. I really should have Hubert be... no. I gotta have the day available for me. Let's see, certs. Do I have any certs I care about right now? Oh, you can actually guaranteed get Dark Bishop, which gives Miasma Delta, Fiendish Blow, Heartseeker. I thought it was going to take the whole day.
I've passed, have I?
I also kind of wanted to see what happens if you don't do it. I forgot to check the battalion guild for decent ranked battalions. There aren't any. So we have Battle in the Desert, and then a paralogue. Will I actually get a weapon out of one of these? Probably not. I like how the southern and eastern merchant shops have been open every single week since they became available. Rusted axe? Silver. I guess Byleth can go over here to mop up that item. Just in case. I don't care enough to leave and re-enter, though. I'll do it once. Like, I'm already more than overpowered enough. Rusted gauntlets, dragon claws. Okay, I actually did get one.
Stay focused.
I am Ferdinand von Eyre.
I will get the victory. Oh no.
I'm on it.
Can I go now? What did I expect? That's my cue.
As you wish.
Put me in there.
I will prevail.
Like, the battle is not dangerous, so I'm okay skipping enemy turns. Rusted lance, which is iron. Steel bow, straight up. And okay, it's just the stuff in the ruins that...
I've got many skills, you know.
Victory.
I'll grow as strong as I can.
Some bullion. I get, yeah, it is an opportunity to level up Byleth's battalion. You're too glass cannony to actually go for the monster alone, actually.
You're out of luck. Whoops. Oh well.
Wow, amazing.
Only a fool challenges me.
Oh, that seal bow actually was really convenient. I hadn't actually considered that. Might as well get the break here, right?
I can.
Some free Wootz steel. Which I still, to this day, have not found a use for. Oh crap. It's gonna die before I can get those items. Oh well, at least I'm getting the Dragon Claws. Oh wait, no, it can't do anything this turn. So I can totally... Yoink. Iron Bow. Iron Bow.
Just give up.
And Rusted Gauntlets get. And 9,000 gold. Renown increased. And now I want to do Ocean View for Ferdinand's Spear and Linhart's Staff. Then, Western Church extremists have taken over land sacred to Sichel, one of those 4 saints. Seth heads out to rid the area of them, and Flayn insists on going along.
Brother, please wait.
For the last time, Flayn, the answer is no.
You are departing for the Rhodos coast, are you not? I must come.
You will do no such thing. I am not going there to pay respects at the cemetery, but to do battle.
Keyhole?
With you there, I will be beside myself with worry. It will be easier for me to fight if I know you are safe.
But I must. Professor, you have come at just the right time. I only wish to make a small request. My dear brother is about to set forth on a most dangerous mission.
Indeed. The Western Church is attempting to seize sacred ground by force. With this action, they are no longer merely believers of a different creed. They are a dangerous threat that cannot be ignored. We cannot allow the holy artifacts enshrined there to fall into their hands.
I too wish to be of use to the church. And I do admit I am terribly worried about my brother. No matter my protests, he will not allow me to come. Professor, this is where you can help. Will you accompany us both on this expedition? If you are there to protect me, my brother's fears will be allayed. Isn't that right, brother?
I suppose your aid would indeed be useful, yes.
I knew it! Please, Professor, will you join us? Wonderful. Let us depart at once.
Honestly, I forgot that you actually even get bonuses for linked attacks. I thought it was just support. Alright, what do we got here? Western Church soldier, soldier. Priest, soldier. A ruins and a heal tile. Soldier, priest. Oh, I see. Take out the priest and you win. I take it. And, Flane and Sedith aren't exactly gonna be joining me, from my understanding.
You heretics who defile our goddess! The sacred coast belongs to us, the Western Church.
You are the heretics. Be gone from here at once.
Silence, dog of the apostates. Prepare to receive our righteous blades.
I will recapture the monument. Everyone else should focus on removing the surrounding enemies.
Wait, brother! I shall accompany you!
Rout the enemy. Okay, it's not just beat the...
Stay focused.
Duders. But I mean, that is the primary thing we're doing.
Guess I have to. Huh. Victory.
You're in good form.
Put me in there.
That's my cue.
Dorothea gets a lot of experience for giving extra turns away.
Let us away.
I am Ferdinand von Eyre.
Yeah, you should probably dismount for a while.
Oh no.
Guide me well.
Oh, he's a green unit, but I can directly control him. Interesting.
Nice try.
I forgot to forge the Dragon Claws. Oh well. Oh, you have a Blessed Lance. You probably want to use the regular Iron Lance here, though.
We will not allow heretics to come near.
A Levin Sword.
But it was for the sake of the goddess.
Huh.
I'll be fine. Yeah, it worked.
Failure is not an option.
Each battle, a chance to grow.
Yeah, I intend to hand it off to Dorothea.
Let's get this over with.
I'd rather be napping.
As expected. Be mindful. Should I have held back?
Battalion level up. And let's just go get ourselves some healing.
Put me in there.
Defeat me? Left. Lament your weakness.
Yeah, you just chill there.
Stay focused.
You come up here and kill these mages up here.
As you wish.
That's my cue.
Yeah, you come up here. Give Hubert another turn. So he can come up here and... Oh, Dark Spikes is Caltrops. Got it. And also extremely high power, but very low attack speed for the user. There we go.
For Lady Edelgard. Battle.
Authority level up. Battalion renewal.
Let us away. Oh no.
I thought I was dead.
Honestly, I'm pretty much done here.
Stay focused.
Heretics, prepare to taste the power of the true servants of the goddess.
I will get stronger still.
Extra advanced
We're no
seal.
match for them. Brothers, retreat. Brothers, help the remaining priests escape. Be the shield that stops these miscreants in their tracks.
Do you dare compound your crimes further? There will be no escape for you!
See, specifically priests.
Guide me well.
So I think I should be good here.
The goddess protects us. We will never yield to the likes of you.
If the goddess protects you, then why is she in my head? A black pearl.
Goddess, have you abandoned us?
Hardly worth my time.
Oh, there's still one over by Byleth. Oh well.
Each battle, a chance to grow.
That is the last of them. Flame, will you place some flowers at the monument?
Of course, brother. That is what I came here to do.
All your allies' motivation increased. Renown increased. You successfully completed the paralog and earned a battalion. Another Keyhole Wyvern Company. I think I already have one. An Acethian Monk.
Why, thank you so much.
Your assistance is most appreciated. I can only hope that the Western Church will now see reason and abandon this place. But just to be safe, I have retrieved the holy artifacts. We cannot risk them falling into their hands. I will entrust them to you. I must confess, despite the situation, it was a pleasure to return here. This coast has a certain sentimental significance to my sister and me. Yes. This stone monument is not merely here to commemorate Saint Keyhole. It is also the grave of my wife.
You are safe now, Mother. Finally, you may find peace.
I suppose you have earned the right to know. But this must remain between us. Flayn is actually my daughter. My late wife and her mother are the same person. And here I thought we had hidden it skillfully. There are many who would seek to harm Flayn due to the unique blood she bears. Falsifying her identity is necessary to conceal her from such individuals. Mercifully, I happen to look quite young for my age. We make rather convincing siblings, do we not? I was certain our cover was adequate.
Mother loved the coast so much. She and I came here together often. Fishing was her favorite pastime. I used to sit and watch while she cast her line.
I remember it fondly. You did so love to eat the fish she caught as well.
Fish is my favorite food, it is true. Due in no small part to Mother.
I still come here to fish from time to time, using the skills my wife taught me. It reminds me how deeply I appreciate those years. How I wish I could return to them.
We cannot turn back the clock, Father. We must live our lives fully, in the present moment.
You're right. That is what she always said, isn't it? Dwell too much on the past, and you may be unable to move forward. Come then. Let us return home.
Goodbye, Mother. I love you. I shall bring flowers again for you next time.
The Spear of Assault and the Kyticus Staff. A sacred weapon, Crest of Keyhole, that restores HP every turn, effect increased with Crest, and a sacred staff linked to the Crest of Sethleen. Magic attack range +1, restores HP every turn.
Why, thank you so much.
I have gratitude.
It sounds like Dorothea says a "my thank you so much," not "why thank you so much."
I am grateful.
I thank you.
Let's see here. The class proper is fine on their training, so I am going to focus on people with high motivation bars. I'm just assuming I'm murdering them at this point.
I think I get it. Oh. Maybe I've grown. Maybe I've grown.
Like, everyone affiliated with the church. Like, Scythia wants to learn sword. You have my attention.
I've learned a lot.
Looks like I did it. Ah. I appreciate your guidance.
That was adequate.
I've learned a lot. I'm getting it. I've learned a lot. I'm getting the hang of it.
Yeah, please just focus on heavy armor. Hubert, yeah, I just want you in writing. Why do you need Axe? Is it for your max class? I guess you're taking Great Knight. That makes sense. So you actually want... Yeah, you're taking the right things. You're almost at A+. You're gonna hit A+ this week. You're fine, you're fine, you're fine. You're fine. And I can only take one stat with me, so... Actually, what does he go into? I guess he goes into Holy Knight? I can only take their highest skill into New Game Plus cycles, right? That was my understanding. I'm still going to focus one stat each for the most part, because then I can just focus on other stats on future runs, you know? Ah, whatever. I'll just leave it as is now.
Professor.
Sure. Ingrid support.
That's the third time this month. Well, that's that. Father never relents. Oh, Professor. Hello. Did you need something?
Oh, over, like, all skills. Okay.
Well, that is... I was just tossing out something I have no need of. It's important to keep our spaces clean after all. You'd do well to remember that too, Professor. A clean space makes for a clean mind, or some such. Getting rid of things you have no need for is the first step to managing one's belongings in an economical way. Does that surprise you? Perhaps it seems ill-befitting someone of noble birth to care about such things. Despite my family's nobility, we have never been particularly wealthy, so my father raised me to be conservative with my resources, paring down when necessary. He also encouraged me to keep my living spaces immaculate, so the two go hand in hand, I suppose. I think he'd be happy to hear you say that. Oh, just a scrap of paper. It was already written on, so no good for note-taking. And obviously, I can't use it to clean my lance. So I tossed it. No need to hang on to inconsequential things, you know. Professor, did you come to check on me for any particular reason? Oh, well, if there's nothing important, I'll be on my way then. I still have some cleaning to take care of, after all. Talk to you later, Professor.
Sedith.
Ah, there you are. I apologize for calling you in so suddenly. Please, sit. There is a matter I would like to discuss with you. I believe I've told you this before, but it is my responsibility to aid the Archbishop in all her duties. Spiritual instruction, ceremony oversight, donation management, all of the Church's many administrative tasks. I oversee not only the priesthood, but also the Knights of Seiros and the Officers' Academy. The Archbishop entrusts a great deal to my discretion, and I am honored by her confidence. Even when she must make decisions herself, she often seeks my counsel in advance. And yet, your appointment to a teaching position at the Officers' Academy was a complete surprise to me. Not only that, but you have also been entrusted with the Sword of the Creator. I was as surprised as anyone else to learn that. Frankly, I am just not sure how to handle you. I am the Archbishop's right hand, and yet when it comes to you, I have been told almost nothing. Not quite. I do find you to be a trustworthy individual, but my subjective opinion is not enough. I have a duty to be cautious. Should the Archbishop's trust in you prove to be misplaced, it is the faithful who will suffer most. First, I would like to know just how much you know about yourself. You are the child of Geralt Eisner, correct? That's quite a vague reply for such a basic question. In the future, I would advise you to answer such queries with confidence. As the former captain of the Knights of Seiros, Geralt was renowned throughout Fodlan. If you really are his child, then no one would voice any complaint about you joining the Knights. How long has it been since you became a mercenary? Given your youth, that hardly seems likely. Come to think of it, I have never asked your age. Just how old are you exactly?
21.
Your face says it all. You truly don't know, do you? Just what was Gerald thinking, raising you this way? Given your responses thus far, I feel as though any further questions would just be a waste of our time. However, permit me to make one thing clear. Whatever her reasons, the Archbishop has placed great faith in you. Do not betray that trust. That is all.
Don't worry, I will.
We did it!
Not a single rank up that time, huh? Family tradition. Alright, we got 2 more paralogs to do. Why do people explore this week? Fish of Mystery. Something strange is happening at the fishing pond. Try to get to the bottom of it. Oh, you came with a Fruit of Life. I was like, wait a second. Lorenz comes with Ragnarok, the highest tier of fire magic. We have some supports available, but Right, Dragon Claws require some loot steel. Oh, I need A+ professor rank. Cool. I could. No, he can use it fine. I will keep it as an emergency thing, though, because it's going to be hell to repair. You, though, can just take the Kaidika staff. And I guess Dorothea can keep the healing staff as like an offhand kind of thing. I know she already has the prayer ring, but he is Ferdinand von Eyre, to be fair. Students unlock side quests. You're right. Yeah. Let's see, so Felix, I am at C rank, so that's going to require a B in sword. As well as .15 speed. I more than have the speed for him. Annette, I have C rank. C+ in faith required. And Raphael, I have C rank. C in heavy armor. I have D+, so that I should be fine there. But I will go ahead and save.
Hello.
You got it. That's how. If you need.
Good to see you, Professor. I was just on my way to.
What was it? So that tells me, let's see, how am I on heavy armor? I cannot train up to C rank. Within this day.
You got. That's how. If you need.
Let's see here. I don't think I have anything that's his. But I do have this.
For me?
And I do have this. And I can do another round of eating and cooking.
Hello there. Return soon, please.
Hey, welcome. Come again.
Oh, wait. This is a weekly thing. I guess you're right. Alright, I need support with Felix too.
This is delicious! My absolute favorite!
That looks appetizing.
And then this is just totally separate thing, but Raphael doesn't like cooking. Caspar, Petra. Oh, Ash, there we go.
I love to cook. What are we making today? Is that so? I have a lot of experience in the kitchen. I can make just about anything. Wow.
I like how you say, if I have money to burn.
I think this one, yes. 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 I think return soon, please.
I think this one, yes.
You have a good eye. A pleasure doing business. You have a good eye. You have a good eye. You have a pleasure doing business with you. You have a good eye. You have a good eye. A pleasure. You have a good eye. A pleasure doing. Come again.
Oh no.
Hair clip is good for Annette.
Oh, we were thinking, Professor, so I just...
Oh.
I want to join your class, please. Huh? Really? Oh, thank you.
I already have her.
I'm so happy right now.
Does it matter at all that she has ranks with people in my class?
All sorts of things with your guidance. I can't wait.
Because realistically that would make sense, but...
Oh, we were thinking...
I mean, I can still give you the hair clip while I'm here.
You gotta keep yourself. That's how if you need help. That's how if you need help.
Ah, here we go. Which means I actually might have enough for Felix, since I think he... No, he doesn't like the whetstone, actually. Huh.
Professor. Great timing, Professor. I was just going to come find you. Are you busy? I have a question about formations. I don't understand them at all. Are the speed of battle and the terrain connected somehow? There's too much to memorize. I don't? Then what do I have to know? I think I understand the basics. To start, you just... Ah, okay. I think I've got it. Thanks for the help, Professor. Brains and brawn. You've really got it all. With your help, I should have no trouble becoming a proper knight. Huh? Didn't I tell you? My parents were merchants of the Alliance. They died in an accident. That's why it's up to me to look after my little sis. I'm not great with bookkeeping, so I don't think I'd make a good merchant. I talked to Grandpa, and he suggested I become a knight. So I sold all our valuables and used the money to pay my way into the academy. My sis won't survive if I get kicked out. So I can't give up now. I might have tried being a mercenary if I didn't have my little sis to look after. I probably shouldn't say this, but being a mercenary does sound like an easier life. Mercenaries have no responsibilities, and no one else to worry about. But someone's got to take care of my little sis, so that's out of the question. Serving as a knight in a noble house is more secure, and you don't have to worry about dying unless there's a war. My sis has been through so much. I don't want her to have to worry about me. Hey, do you have any siblings, Professor? Then you probably think I'm missing out on my freedom, having to support her, huh? But working hard for my sister isn't too bad. Call it a burden, call it a challenge. If it makes my sister happy, I'm happy too. You've got my sympathy. Really. Not having any siblings, I mean. Anyway, that's why I've got to become a proper knight. Gotta keep yourself. That's if you. Good to see you, Professor. Rare for you to come talk to me. I'd love it if you could teach me more about training and stuff like that. I know that ain't easy with me stuck in a different class and all. Why don't you put me in your class? Really? I was only kidding around. But if you're offering, I won't say no. You better not go easy on me. You gotta toughen me up if I'm gonna become a proper knight.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna look up the e-party guide again. Okay. I mean, I would like to use my AP on training as well.
It seems this month will most of the night. Isn't that a bit?
So I do want to do.
What a terrible gift. All right. All right.
I didn't think so.
It seems most of isn't that a aha this all right.
Wrong button.
Professor?
Nope, I gotta do T.
Most of the isn't that a bit I thank you.
Almiran Pine Needles, which I don't think I have. No. I have the most Angelica tea.
I thank you. Not bad. Yes.
Capable comrades.
What?
Overcoming weaknesses.
What?
Capable comrades again.
You intrigue me. What made you so strong?
Chat would blush.
Impressive. Thanks for your hospitality. I hope you'll invite me again sometime.
Professor?
Professor. You're certainly not going easy on me. You fight like a mercenary, not a knight. You hunger for victory, pure and simple. You may not be aware of it yourself, but I see it. Indeed. Knights ought to have some hunger. I've always thought so. They depend too much on their swords. Only when they're wrested away do knights consider their hands and feet as weapons. That's not how it was for warriors of old. They weren't limited by their tools. Victory is what matters, not the method of achieving it. That's the attitude to adopt. I detect that in your style. It is plain to see. You may take it however you like. I believe the difference between us lies within that hunger. But where does it come from? From the start, I was aiming to win. Yet I couldn't defeat you. Then I remembered something you said before. Indeed, I was raised to value strength above all else. Whereas you had a reason, an ambition, pushing you toward that hunger. So tell me, what was the reason? Why were you driven to become so strong? That's a mercenary's answer, to be sure. So that is the source of your hunger. I suppose I must find my own. If we're to get along, I think not. I'll be content if you continue to train with me. Perhaps it will come to me as I swing my sword.
I mean, I'm at B rank, so I should be able to just get him now.
It seems most isn't that a
People say you're quite skilled. Perhaps if I joined your class, I could watch your sword technique up close. Indeed, I think that's best. I'll transfer to your class then. Don't make me regret it.
Alright. That is, I believe, everyone. Because I'm not getting Hilda, not getting Sedith, not getting Catherine, not getting Eloise, not getting Cyril, not getting Rhea. I find it interesting that you don't even have, Deru and... Who's the other one? The other retainer character. I forget who actually even falls under that, but, like, there's not even a support there. Alright, so next time... Yeah, next time... Probably getting to the time skip because I'm not going to be concerned about, like, getting everyone. Alright, I guess there's only two other houses, so it's just weird that Deru doesn't even show up there. Where Hilda does. But, yeah, next time, kind of full speed ahead. Because we've recruited everyone who is recruitable to my knowledge. Yeah, so it's basically just going to be doing... I'm still going to do one explore every month. But other than that, it's mostly going to be paralogs, quests, and missions. So, thanks for joining. Hope you enjoy.